You are watching Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at Cave Story Plus, which is, well, I want to say before we start this that this was sent to me by NICALIS, and I want to thank them for that. And, well, we've also already bought this game too. I already pre-ordered it and paid it off, mainly because, quite frankly, I love Cave Story. I'm a little bit biased toward this particular game. The first time I played it, though, was on the Nintendo DSi, and then the 3DS, and then Cave Story 3D, which was also on 3DS. Well, not every port of this particular game has been truly successful. Cave Story 3D was kind of panned for its art style and such, but before we get into this, I kind of want to note something about this. I mean, look at this. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Cave Story Plus. Look at how epic these thumbnails are. The only thing I don't like about the Nintendo Switch right now, well, one of the things I don't like about it is that I can't go and buy, like, backgrounds or themes to match up with these games. Yeah, look at this icon. That is sweet. I like that. Anywho, let's go ahead and start it up. Now, Cave Story Plus is a Nintendo Switch physical release and digital release. We're playing it off the digital because that's what's been released. I already purchased the physical release. When that comes out, we'll do an unboxing. It'll be quite interesting. Cave Story, was put together by this guy named Pixel. And let's go into this just a bit. I've been playing it for quite a bit. A lot of people have been up in arms about Cave Story Plus because, well, the physical copy, I think about $30 or $40. I don't remember. I paid it off at GameStop. I don't remember how much I paid for it. But that one comes with like an instruction manual, a mini soundtrack, a reversible cover, and a little keychain. But the game itself is about $30 on the eShop. And people are like, is that worth it? Well, let's see. It depends. If you've never played if you have never played Cave Story, you should play Cave Story. You really should. I did actually check out the original game, which is available as a freeware thing, but that's like looking at a I guess the best way of put it is Cave Story Plus is a fancy cake with tons of trimmings and wonderful ingredients, and the original Cave Story it is like a Ritz cracker in comparison. It's like plain bread. Somebody made you plain bread. Then Cave Story Plus and all the other versions of Cave Story that came out were somebody perfecting the recipe, right? Making it look wonderful. There are some big differences actually in graphics in some areas from Cave Story Plus on the Switch and Cave Story Plus on the PC, which I think it's on Steam. I think it was also on the Wii U and definitely on the 3DS. But yeah, let's get into some of the interesting stuff. Let's go into game options first. You can do flipped input. Normal input is you shoot with the B button and you jump with the A button, and you jump with the Y button. Flipped input is you jump with the B button, you shoot with the Y button or the A button. Yeah, music volume of course, sound volume of course. And then when they first announced this, they're like, oh yeah, there's multiple song types, right? I was like, oh, that sounds cool. So you have Cave Story Plus, you have the remastered version, which was done by the person who did Cannonball, I think? Yeah, Darren Baranowski, I think? One of those people. They colluded with him to create the remastered soundtrack, which is amazing. My favorite part of Cave Story, aside from the gameplay, is actually the music. For me, the sound test on this game is, I think I spent so much time in just the soundtrack. And guess what? Aside from the Cave Story Plus music, remastered music, there's Fama Tracks, which is, I think, the original music for the most part. And there's also a little soundtrack CD that comes with it that has that on there. I love that. Then Organia, which I think that's the Cave Story 3D stuff. but I'm not entirely sure. Generally, there are 4 different sound versions to pick from. Sadly, unlike, say, Monster Boy, you can't switch between them on the fly, but there is a possibility that they might port that ability over later on. In fact, when this launches, there will be updates to it on a frequent basis. The updates will add different little options. For example, they're going to be adding a co-op mode to this, where both the main character, I think is like Quote and Curly, QC, quality control, Quote, where there will be like a co-op mode where one person plays Quote, the other person plays Curly. I unlocked Curly's story, of course. That allows you to play as the character Curly throughout the game. There's a lot more dialogue and such. So this is kind of I would say that this game is actually more than... There's a story mode, of course, and there are three different difficulties for the story mode: easy, original, and then hard. Different. And then the Curly story, which is kind of the same game, but with like more additional details, because Curly tends to talk a bit more. And then challenges. There are 6 challenges that I found that I know of so far. I mean, there's got to be 6. There's 6 of these. I found the machine gun challenge and the sand pit. When I finally beat the game, I'll unlock a couple more of the challenges, and that'll be great. Let's go to Jukebox real quick. Jukebox, one of my favorite things here. I can go and listen to the music. I can switch between its remastered versions, Amtrak version, and Organia version. But yeah, Cave Story Plus is pretty fantastic. I mean, put some headphones on. This game is sweet. But let's actually talk about what the game is. Challenges that you unlock, there are different time attacks, there's a boss challenge mode at some point, there's a lot of little things to unlock, a lot in here. Cave Story Plus is a very robust game. You can also, like, it keeps track of other different stats. I don't think there's any real achievements in it. But yeah, let me go into, we'll do new, we'll do hard, start the game. Someone's transmission. Now, here's the thing about Cave Story that you need to note. Do you remember Undertale? Well, that was a huge critical darling because people liked its... Okay, the gameplay in Undertale was like, it's okay. But the characters and the storyline in Undertale are what made it interesting. The sparing or the mercy component also made it interesting. But with this, the story is what makes it kind of interesting. It's not... Since Quote doesn't really talk, a lot of it is given to you in little cutscenes and such. Let's see, do you want to save? Yes, I do. Life refilled. Doot 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 doot. Oh, your appearance changed a little bit. Also, if you play this on the producer's birthday, or if you play it on oh, by the way, in hard mode, most little life things are gone. Actually, if you're familiar with with this game on PC or any other system, you're probably going, what's happening right here? Because this will look completely different. Oh, the water is redone. Items are redone, by the way. Sprites are slightly redone. There's a little bit more detail. And, like, a lot of the weird backgrounding that they had, like, this would just be all gray, that's missing. Because you wouldn't be able to see that. This is a cave. It's not like it's like a weird cross section, I guess you would say. Opens up on the treasure chest, got the polar star. Oh, I want to mention something about, like, a lot of the sprite work, or rather, it's a lot of the character sprites and some of the item sprites are redone, so they're actually 3D. Like that treasure chest there, redone. The sprite that I'm using here, kind of redone. Especially compared to the version that's on the DS, on the 3DS. If that's all you played, you'll be like, wait, this looks so much different and so much better. This is visually a fantastic upgrade to that. One thing I think is interesting about Cave Story in particular is that it is pretty much a throwback to old style PC games like Commander Keen or the original Duke Nukem stuff. I know, not before the Duke Nukem 3D stuff, back when it was a side-scroller. But yeah, it's also kind of a throwback to stuff like Metroid and such. You go through here, you can upgrade your items and weapons. One interesting thing to know about this particular game, though, since I'm playing in the hard mode, my life bar with that 3 hearts up there, you get 1 life thing for a total of 6. So you have like 6 hearts throughout the entirety of the game, and some stuff takes more damage. There's all sorts of little rebalancing. So there's enough challenge in here to keep somebody who's a fan of side-scrollers and platform titles, because there are a lot of really great jumps and a lot of really good boss battles. There's enough in here to keep somebody occupied for quite some time. Oh, you'll note something about this little disc. Yeah, it's the most obvious representation that they've changed the way these look. They've added more details. Things are a little bit more vibrant with life. In fact, actually, once we get through this little door, we unlock the little cutscenes there. No, these things. Oh god. No, stay away, stay away. You're gonna kill me. Nope. Here's that door. Yeah, before we go through that door, though, we're gonna upgrade our gun at least once more. Start point. Yeah, this is one of those things where I wish I could pause the game and then change the music to the other stuff. With like Monster Boy or Monster Girl, depending on which character you chose, and the Dragon's Trap, you could change that on the fly. That would actually be helpful in Cave Story Plus, but they don't have to. If I have to pause and switch music, that would be fine too. But yeah, let's go in here for a second. I'm going to note something about this. If you're playing through the PC one, you're probably thinking, oh, this still looks kind of the same, right? Just a little bit? No, there's more additional stuff. For example, there's more animations and such with the character portraits. They're also facing differently. Like, for example, if you're playing this on 3DS, even though King is facing Toriko on, he's looking to his left or her right, so he should technically be looking right in his little box. But if you're playing it on like the PC or the 3DS, he's looking left. That's kind of a mistake. And they fix that up there. Also, there's a little bit more animation, and they're a little bit more emotive. It looks like they're talking. The animations are actually pretty great. Bonk. Ah! In fact, a lot of this game, look at these backgrounds. It's gonna look a little bit dark in that, but that's because, I mean, look at that footage. They've gone through and fixed this up so it looks a little bit different. They've also made it run a little bit smoother. There's that neat little 3D water. There's other 3D elements. I mean, look at these bars. On the original DS, the original game, and the original 3DS, those are just like kind of flat pixel lines. Here, you can tell there's rust on them and all sorts of stuff. You should be playing this in 1080p at 60 frames per second because, hello, we can support it. So, also look at the dynamic lighting as we move around a bit. See? Oh, yeah, there's nothing there because I'm in hard. I find this pretty funny. I haven't completely beaten the game yet, so I've heard that this one has the extra areas that are in the Cave Story 3D version. Oh, a lot of the storyline is told to you through text or through like those little interactions between the characters, and it's not a really pleasant story. Cave Story is a story about a disaster that happens every like 1,000 years. You find out about these little enigmas. They have kind of a, it's all actually kind of sad. A lot of Cave Story is tragedy, and each of these, like, I like these characters because, yeah, there is that tragic element to them. Not all characters are that interesting. Like that character down there that's like eating stuff, boring. But Curly Brace, quote, a bunch of the Enigmas and Sue and such, and just kind of it's not a happy story. It has a really wonderful charm to it though, for something where it's not inappropriate, I would say. There's nothing really inappropriate that happens in this. It's got some kind of dark elements to it, which would catch some people a bit by surprise when they play it. If you've never played Cave Story, you need to pre-order this. This is one of the best platformers out on the system right now. And there's quite a few good platformers. I mean, we have Blaster Master Zero, which is also on the 3DS, and it's pretty good on the Switch. Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap. Sorry, Monster Boy and the Dragon's Trap, or whatever they want to call that this time around. But yeah, that one's fantastic. I'm trying to think what other side-scrollers there are for this. There are currently, this will be the first one that's released physically, the first physical side-scroller for it. I mean, let's see. Now I think about it, there's Metal Slug 3. Those are side-scrolling shooters. Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap, Shovel Knight, which is fantastic. And let's see, the Blaster Master Zero. Yeah, there's not a lot of side-scrolling games, like side-scrolling platform games for the Nintendo Switch. The Cave Story Plus is kind of an amazing one. I'm not going to do a review of it yet until I beat it, because I want to make sure that there's more additional stuff, and I do want the co-op to be out soon. That's supposed to come out a little bit after the game gets released. Oh, they redid a lot of the graphics, so stuff looks much better. There's like all sorts of weird and interesting rebalancing. So yeah, if you're a fan of Cave Story, this is the definitive version, and you can take it with you when you go places. And when you get home, you can pop it into the dock and play it on the TV, and it looks fantastic. I guess the best way to describe this would be, well, it's got like a exploration-based stuff, you know, like I already got that map. I'll bring that up. See my map system? This little silver locket. A silver locket in the shape of a fish. From the wear on it, the locket must have been dear to someone for many years. Huh. Map system. Yay. Let's go in here, because that's where she went. You jerk! No! Oop. I killed it. I'm gonna eat it. I'll harvest it where it is a coat. Ah! Oh, help me, help me. Huh? You're not the doctor? Doctor who? Oh, sorry about that. The doctor's such a cruel and evil person. No, that would be the master, wouldn't it? He shows up in the village and kidnaps an Amiga. He's John Podesta. At times, even killing someone. The doctor killed my older brother, whose name was Seth Rich. No, actually, that pendant. You picked it up for me? Sue gave it to me. But I don't want it anymore. King gets bent out of shape when Sue and I get along. Please keep it. And here's the best character ever, Balrog, everyone's favorite suitcase bar of soap thing. I found you. It's no use hiding from me. I got a nose of a clever harrier. Indeed. Here's Misery, doing her best April Ludgate from Parks and Recreation impression, or rather, no, more like a Wednesday from the Addams Family, or I don't know. Just actually, I like the character design of this character. It's pretty good, and the backstory for Misery is interesting too, and how she's related to the prophecy and the doctor and that hat thing, and well, there's more going on here. No, is it not? Misery found her first. I found her first, the first time tonight. You two, you're with the doctor. They're his companions. You must be Sue, the great doctor of someone. You come along with me, huh? but not too. Bubbled. Wah! Balrog, the rest is up to you. I'm the wrong person, I told you! Not this again. I always have to clean up, and I'm the one who found her, not Misery. So, what's up? You want to fight me with that little pea shooter? Yeah I do. Understood! Oh no! First boss. Let's see. There is rumble in this, which is interesting. I wouldn't really call it HD rumble, and I also don't really care too much about it right now because I'm using an 8-bit Do gamepad controller. The Super Nintendo one that you've seen in a couple of the videos, mainly because, it just feels right to be playing Cave Story with a Super Nintendo controller, because this game, for the most part, feels like a Super Nintendo game. Defeat Balrog. I mean, if this had come out on the Super Nintendo long time ago, people would be like, this is the best Super Nintendo game, and they would be right. I mean, look at this. It has a simple, beautiful charm to it. Anywho, Sue's been captured. Let's go talk to Winnie the Lardass over here. Gulp. Oh, Toriko's been kidnapped. His neighbor Toriko's been kidnapped. Bah, now the only girl left in the entire village is Sue. That kinda... You know, you don't stand a chance anyways, dude. Whatever. Okie dokie. Let's get into here. Yamashita Farm, right cemetery, left reservoir, down Arthur's house. There's this. Refilled. Want to save? Yes. I do have a couple criticisms. I would love to have more than 3 save spots. That would be kind of nice. What did you say? Toriko's been kidnapped? That's terrible. We have to inform King. You have to. Due to hazards. Mimigma Cemetery. I don't know what's up with the Mimigma Cemetery over here. There's like mushrooms, and then there's this weird little Tonberry type toad guy that you can kill and take his stuff. Oh, thing on my note. You might have seen it over here. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Can I help you? There's a little tiny person. I love how that thing's all mad at me for shooting it. Let's see. You'll note that there's stuff that you can't get to yet, and that's because you'll get more abilities later on, including a jetpack, and that will allow you to do all sorts of interesting stuff. Arthur's grave. Something is written on the headstone. Here rests the true Mimigma hero Arthur. Found Arthur's key. That key looks like it's made out of wood, which is kind of interesting because I think these are metal. Yeah. There's a lot of weird hodgepodge of like, well, I guess the best way to describe this is that there's a lot more to Cave Story than meets the immediate eye. Dr. King, not Toriko too. Toriko's older brother Arthur was our strongest warrior, but he was killed by the doctor himself. I wasn't even able to protect Toriko. There are 2 kings to Arthur's house. Toriko has one, and the other is inside Mimigma Cemetery. Flames billow in the fireplace. There's something on the other side. Wonder what that could be. Oh, note. Look at this. There's dynamic lighting for my shots. Let's see what this is. Arthur's house. We have that key, so let's go there. Like, this is how these types of things work. You're doing a lot of checkpointing and changing up a bit, but you're also discovering information at your own pace. Flowers? Those are red flowers, by the way. Text is displayed on screen. Kazuma, but so you know, if I get to that point, I'll do it. Allow teleportation to the egg corridor? Yes. Okay. It's a teleporter. Teleport to the egg corridor, of course. Look at that creature. We're now in a main area. There's several of these little areas in the island. Oh, by the way, you're in some kind of cave. Slowly a cave. Just a cave. Not any kind of, well, I won't give any spoilers or anything. In fact, like, I'm gonna stop in a little bit because I don't want to spoil things for people. What I might do is go find, like, the second boss at least and rescue, like, well, we'll see. Watch out for that little white thing moving back and forth. It's as deadly as it gets. Whoop! Yeah, it likes me. Yeah, there was a life thing here, but since I'm in hard mode, there's no life thing there. Sad. Jumping. So, a lot of stuff that I would normally explore and go look for, I can't because it doesn't exist. Yay, jumping creatures. There's quite a few of these. And they are annoying, and we're trying not to get hit because we only have 3 health. By this time in a normal game or in the easy game, you have definitely a little bit more health. So, the game is kind of a little bit forgiving of that, even though later on, when you're jumping through areas with tons of spikes and such. Yep, there you are, you monster. You don't scare me. Roar. What? You want some of this? Take your best shot. Even my big brother has never beaten me. Burp. Ouch, you got me. I'm sorry, so sorry. Pow. Oof. Huh? Who are you? What's your name? Dun dun dun. Bunk. Ouch. Yeah, she's been captured. Gotta go rescue her. Do you want to save? Yes. Talking to these guys is interesting. Hey, highly unusual. You're a soldier from the surface, are you not? Where is your blonde pal? What? You lost your memory? Yeah, because your character doesn't have a memory. Oh yeah, there's no, there'd be a life thing here too, but there's not, because I'm in hard difficulty. Now here comes the fun part. Lots of enemies just swarming up to meet me. No. I won't let that thing pass. 6. Obtain the treasure chest. Obtain the ID card. An ID card found inside egg number 6. Enemies. Swarms of enemies. That's what this game is known for, by the way. Swarms of enemies. And little cuts. Yep. There's one note here, blah blah, shield, something terminal. Gee, these are broken. Egg number 1. Egg number 6. Well, let's save. And go on. Anything in 2? Nope, nothing in 2. Okay. Anything in 1? It's a terminal. Insert the ID card. Shield removed. Yeah, there was a shield up there that I couldn't reach before, but now I can. Rah. professor's very important test day. It's very important. Won't let anyone near them. Oh, wait. This particular the person he's referring to is not Professor Booster, so if anybody says that, no, that's not right. But I'm not going to reveal who he's actually talking about or who Professor Booster is. That might be something you'll have to find out if you play this game, which, let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of side-scrollers and platform games, you kind of need this game. You will not regret it. Now, if you own the game on other platforms, know that this is the best platform to own it on, and it allows you to play it not only on the big screen, but you can also play it on the go, on a really decent handheld. And, yeah, it's pretty good. Sorry, password. Ouch. Oh there, I haven't lost yet. I'm gonna take it seriously now. Huh? I got knocked down by that monster. Did you save me? No. Wait, you're no help. Oh, this must be it. Egg number 00. We can get off the island with this egg. Egg condition normal. Awesome. Password. Looks like you need a password to hatch this egg. Password's probably not password. My big brother right here can fix everything. There's nothing I can do here. I guess I'm out. Are you from this island? Don't seem like you are. Letters on your cap aren't from here. Maybe you're lost? Fine. I'll let you come with me. We can get off this island together if you want. But in return, you're gonna have to help me. Look at this though. It's great. This is so much like the Super Nintendo game. Ooh, God. You see that? Just a moment there, I almost died. Yeah, I don't need anything from those. Yeah. How I haven't been hit yet is surprising to me. But I'm not gonna look a gift, of course, in the mouth in this regard. Nope. Look at that. Because I think if I get killed, it's kind of instant death, since I've got only like 3 HP. Let me check. Is it instant death? We'll find out. No, it is not instant death. It took 2 off of me. Most of these people might be instant death though, if they catch me. Prince with many enemies. If they catch you, they will kill you. But first, they have to catch you. Whoop! Ah! Yeah. Now that I've opened up the possibility of dying, everything wants to kill me and make me dead. Nope, there we go. There we go. No. And it's actually Prince with 1,000 enemies. That's from a Watership Down, which totally worth it. But you want something that's kind of cute, but also has a terrifying story? Yay! Anywho, let's go ahead and save. We're gonna keep using those. But yeah, I think Cave Story is worth it. I have put so many hours into the game on the DS. I played through the 3DS one, I thought it was okay, it was good. And then I played through Cave Story 3D, I thought that was okay. There were some interesting additional areas that didn't really add too much to it, and a lot of the art direction made very little sense. In a way, it felt too busy. Kind of like how the original one has a lot of like those little corridor walls, where it's just you're just looking pretty much at solid stuff. But this one in particular, this feels like it strikes a nice balance between that, and that's good. If you haven't played Cave Story, you need to check this out. It'll be out, I think, by 26th or 30th, I'm not sure. I don't remember when this one comes out. I do know that it's fantastic. Is it worth getting digitally? Yes. Because this is a game that, if you're a fan of platformers, you're going to spend a lot of time in this game. If you haven't played it before, you need to play this game. If you have played it before, this is the best version. Think of this as the game of all-time version of Cave Story. And it'll be even better once the multiplayer co-op comes out. So yeah, once those updates come out, oh boy, this will be great. Yep. I like how this person's she's typing, so she's not actually talking. I do wish that, like, I guess they did that, like, because you haven't really met this character yet. I feel like they could have improved that just a little bit, the way the text is a little bit. Just a little. Maybe they'll do that in a later patch. And I do still want to be able to change the, Yep. Okay, bushlands disconnected. Just skipping past this. That's that button clicking. Hear that? That is the buttons for the 8-bit DOE controller that I'm using. Yeah, this thing here. Welcome back. Sue's returned. We locked her up in the thing because we're dumb. Yay! I try to skip through that stuff so you can't really read it, because I'd rather people go and check out the story. I mean, if you've never played this game before, it's a good story. These characters are all pretty deep and awesome. And what you find in this is there's a lot to love in it. It's like Cave Story. You kind of, Cave Story like Undertale. You've fallen down into a hole in a cave underground with all sorts of interesting and unique characters, both heartfelt, heartbreaking, and some a little bit sick. But that's okay, because what we've got here is just kind of a masterpiece of PC gameplay. Rather, in a way, it feels like this is a Super Nintendo game that we never got, that we should have, because it's awesome. Anyways, what do you think of Cave Story? Have you played any of the older versions? You know, you should let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that share button if you haven't already. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you'll know whenever we have a brand new episode of Area DMG out. And then, you know, you'll be caught up and stuff into a thing. Wow, I can't believe I just messed that up. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this again. Okay, it's like, yeah, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and then make sure that you hit that little bell so that you are notified whenever we have a brand new episode of Area DMG. And until the next episode comes out, you are now caught up.